Hi, you all creative people out there. It is Az here from Az Productions. In today's chapters, we are going to learn lighting, animation basics, rendering settings, final scenes, so let's dive in. Chapter number 7, Introduction to Lighting. So let's explore the fundamental concepts of lighting to help you get started. Let's begin by setting up a simple scene. Make a cube, and the floor, but you can use any object you like. So let's take a look at our cube. It's already illuminated by default lighting in Cinema 4D. Now, let's explore the different types of lights. We'll begin with a point light. Move the position of the point light. You can move the point light around to see how it affects the cube. Point lights emit light in all directions. You can also customize the intensity and color of the point light to change the lighting. Next, let's add a spotlight to our scene. The spotlight has properties like cone angle, intensity, and fall off that you can modify to control the lighting. So let's enable shadows for both point light and spotlight now. Enabling shadows for your lights can add depth to your scene. You can experiment with different shadow types like soft, hard, and achieve various visual effects. If we are going to enable global illumination, the scene simulates how light bounces and interacts with objects in your scene properly. Here's the render scene. Mostly we used area lights, so we are going to delete these lights. So create an area light. Area lights in Cinema 4D are highly valued for their ability to produce realistic and visually pleasing lighting in 3D scenes. For more advanced lighting, consider using techniques like three-point lighting, which involves the key light, fill light, and backlight. Here's a simple three-point lighting setup. You can download this experiment file and images of the three-point setup. The link is in the description below. Chapter number 8, Animation Basics. First, click Window and Timeline and snap the window, or we can click the Animate tab to switch to the animation interface. Let's begin by understanding the core element of animation, the timeline. Here's the timeline. It's where you'll manage and control your animations. Cinema 4D allows you to animate various properties of objects, including position, rotation, and scale. For instance, let's add a keyframe to the rotation. As you can see, the keyframes create an animation path for the object to follow. These are all the keyframes. Click a keyframe and move the tile forward. Type 360, click the keyframe again. Here we go. You can also animate others' properties. This is useful for creating spinning or rotating objects. To make animations more realistic and dynamic, we use easing and timing. Here is ease, ease in and out. Let me show you how to adjust easing curves in the timeline. Easing controls the speed at which an object moves between keyframes. You can adjust it to create smooth or snappy animations. You can also animate materials, textures, deforming objects, and particle and dynamics animations. We can animate them in other tutorials. Chapter number 9, Render Settings. Before we dive into render settings, make sure you have your 3D scene ready. You can download the scene, the link is in the description. To access the render settings, go to the render menu and select Edit Render Setting. Or you can click this tab, or you can use the shortcut key, Control B. So here are the render settings. So at the movement, we are in the Output Settings tab. The Output Settings where we determine the resolution and aspect ratio of your final render. You can set the resolution, frame rate, and frame range according to your project requirements. Next, Save Settings tab. Here, you can choose where to save your render and select the file format. Popular formats include PNG and JPEG, but there are many options to choose from. Moving forward, Anti-aliasing Settings tab. Anti-aliasing helps smooth out jagged edges in your render. You can select different anti-aliasing methods based on your project's needs. Best offers high-quality results, while Geometry is efficient for previews. For realistic lighting and shadows, consider enabling global illumination and ambient occlusion. Let me show how to enable these options. First, click Effect, Global Illumination, and click Ambient Occlusion. Let me explain their benefits. Global illumination simulates light bouncing, while ambient occlusion adds depth to your scenes by darkening crevices. Once you've adjusted your settings, you're ready to render your scene. Close the render settings, click Render to Picture Viewer, and Cinema 4D will begin rendering your project. Don't forget to learn the short keys for faster work. Congratulations, you've completed the render settings chapter. Next up, here's the render scene. Chapter number 10, Final Simple Scene. Before we dive into our final chapter, I am going to remind you that you can download the scene and resources. The link is in the description. Let's move on to our video. First, make a cube and position it. Make a duplicate, move and rotate. Make a sphere, make a duplicate, move. Make material, disable color, disable reflectance, enable luminance. Make a yellow color and apply it to the spheres. Render, and it does not look great. To make it look great, you have to enable GI. Go to the render settings, Effect, Global Illumination, Render. Let's play. Congratulations, you've completed our Cinema 4D Beginners tutorial. Encourage viewers to practice and explore further. In our next tutorial, we are going to learn about MoGraph, Effector, deforming objects, and how to set HDRI. For more tutorials and in-depth lessons, check out the links in the description below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Cinema 4D tutorials. Thanks for watching.